Let's play a game of would you rather. Yeah, like would you rather. Yeah. Let's free up a day, free up a space. Let's talk about the truth the way we know it. Let's make a play. This our reality, okay? Okay. We out here with some savage beats, okay? If you want it, you can have a piece. Effort come with automatic peace. Just be careful if you slip, you know the ladder's grief, okay? Open discussion, who you loving, who you trusting? Is it lusting when you busting? Is you still crushing? Was it something, is it nothing? Did you cuddle? Did you up and grab your clutch and was befuddled? Do you still love him? Is your relationship 100-100? Or is it 50-50? Do you be talking shit or do you sit and listen? Are you a real friend or a transaction system? Listen, do you be copping flowers? Do you open doors? Is you looking for a real woman? Is you content with whores? Do you be on your money? Do you take care of your kids? Do you stand on your business or do you wait on your chick? Let's talk about our mental health and protecting it. Yeah. Let's talk about our mental health and protecting it.
What's going on? I thought Richie just came in. Let me give him a few seconds. Where you at, Richie? Can you hear me? Richie, can you hear us? I don't know what's going on with Richie right now. I ain't getting them right there. I'm about to start without his ass. I don't know what he got going on. Can you hear me clear, Antoinette?
Yeah.
All right. Start over here till we get back. Start the video.
And he went to doctor.
How often are my kids outside?
Yep.
Like, what the fuck be going on?
And so what? He got
Damn, what the fuck him too? Back, bro. Every
And so
time.
what?
There's always something.
Yep.
Look.
And he went to doctor.
How often are my kids outside?
Yep.
Like, what the fuck be going
And
on?
so what? He got
Damn, what the fuck him too? Where's his shit?
What do you mean?
What do you mean, what the fuck do I mean?
It's just not the same.
Bitch, are you high?
Are you?
Are you fucking
Are
high?
you high?
This bitch is retarded. I'm calling the cops on your ass right now.
Call them.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Get your
You ain't take him no fucking where.
That's
Look at his
crazy.
goddamn eyes. Are you bugging?
What are you talking
Look at
about?
his fucking eyes.
Okay.
The fuck is you talking
What are
about?
you tripping for?
The fuck is wrong with you?
Oh, what? They happen. It's outside. They're outside.
It's outside.
It's
You, my kids are
outside.
always outside. What
They're
the fuck
always
is wrong with his
outside.
eye? I didn't know that happened.
The fuck?
The
They
fuck
were
is wrong
outside.
with you? You tell me anything.
Yep, they were outside because I took them to urgent care. So
Bitch,
call them.
bitch.
Call them.
You're
Can't do
bugging.
nothing. The fuck?
Watch
You
this.
gonna, what are you gonna say?
You ain't take him to the urgent care. Where's
So
Xavier
what? You want me
papers?
to take him?
Where's it? Yes. Take him to the urgent fucking
Take
care.
him.
You're not finna drop my fucking son off with no swollen ass eye, bitch. You crazy?
Are you stupid? Are you crazy?
Dumbass bitch.
Are you a dumbass
You're
bitch?
fucking bad, bro. Every
And so
time.
what?
It's always something.
Yep.
Look.
Come on, internet, what you got? Because I think it's some bullshit.
One, the only thing that I feel like is stupid is recording it. That's the only feel. I feel like when you recording it and putting it online, like I don't know, you looking for some attention, and I feel like he was looking for people to be on his side and bash her. So I
Yeah,
don't feel like that was right. I feel like that's personal, and y'all keep y'all family situation in between y'all. But however, since it is on the internet,
right.
I don't really feel like the way he responded. I don't feel like he was wrong because as a mom,
And he went to
I would have
doctor.
How often are
responded
my
that
kids
way.
outside?
Why are you dropping them off to me before you take them to
Are
urgent
you
care?
fucking high?
And I don't feel like she took them to urgent care only because she's giving only one of them eye drops.
Mm-hmm.
And if she took them to the urgent care, and like she said, his not the same, but his is the same because his eye is swollen as well. They would have given him some type of medicine. I don't know. It just don't seem right. And the eye drops for me, it just seemed like them some eye drops she got in the house because they have allergies. She didn't take them to urgent care. That I don't feel like she took them to urgent care.
But I'm just looking at her. Like, it's like, just look at her though.
She high.
Yeah, she look like she off some drugs. She look like
Yeah,
she
she
off
high.
some, she definitely look like she smoked crack or probably meth or something.
Yeah, she do some. But because I don't know. She would have had papers to prove she just left the hospital and or urgent care. She would have had all of that. She would have had that proof to show him like I did take them, not just those eye drops. The eye drops she could have got from Walgreens.
Let me run it back for Richie right quick. Run it back for Richie right quick. Richie, you see her face, don't you?
Yes, sir. Not
Okay.
okay. Let me slide the screen up. Yeah, go ahead, run it.
All right. Now I just want you to see her face right now. She looked like there might be some crack involved in her life. Some crack, maybe some motherfucking some meth or something. She looked like she got some drug.
Every
And so
time.
what?
It's always something.
Yep.
Look.
And he went to doctor.
How
Yep.
often are my kids outside?
Yep.
Like what the
Yep.
fuck be going
And
on?
so what? He got bit.
Damn, what the fuck him too? Where's
What?
his shit?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What the fuck do I mean?
It's just not the same.
Bitch, are you high?
Are you?
Are you fucking high?
Are you high?
This bitch is retarded. I'm calling the cops on your ass right now.
Call them.
What the fuck is
I
wrong
took
with
him to
you?
get your
You
X-ray
ain't take him no
papers.
fucking where. Look at his
What are you
goddamn
talking
eye.
about?
Are you bugging?
What are you talking
Look at
about?
his fucking eye.
Okay.
The fuck is you talking
What are
about?
you tripping for?
The fuck is wrong with you?
Oh, what? They happen. It's outside. They're outside.
It's outside.
It's
You, my kids are always
outside.
outside. What
They're
the fuck
always
is wrong with his
outside.
eye? I didn't know that happened.
The fuck?
The fuck is wrong with you? You tell me anything.
Yep, they were outside because I took them to urgent care. So call them. Call them.
You're
Can't do
bugging.
nothing. The fuck?
Watch
You gonna,
this.
what are you gonna say?
You ain't take him to the urgent care. Where's
So
Xavier
what? You want me
papers?
to take him?
Where's it? Yes.
Take
Take him to the
him.
urgent fucking
Take
care.
him.
You're not finna drop my fucking son off with no swollen ass eye, bitch. You crazy?
Are you stupid? Are you crazy?
Dumbass
Are
bitch.
you a dumbass
You're
bitch?
fucking bad, bro.
Mommy, do it.
So I think the nigga a clown. I think the nigga's a clown. First of all, if that's not a skit and them your kids, it's still some clown shit because like what you doing, you think you embarrassing your kid's mom, but you're actually recording your kids at the same time.
So it embarrasses them too.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like you actually putting them out there too. So
That's why I said. But that's why I said the fact that he recorded it is lame. I don't agree with it, but the fact that it's on the internet now is why I feel like everybody got the opinions that they have, which I mean, that's what it was meant for. If you ask me, he wanted that attention. He wanted to see if he was right or if people was going to agree with him or her, which I agree with him on the standpoint of something is wrong. You should take them to the urgent care. Don't drop them off to me. Go to the urgent care, call me when you get there and I'll meet you there. Now I don't know the type of person he is, but so all of this is based off of this clip and this clip only.
Right.
I don't know who he is outside of this. I don't know if he would have come to the urgent care or whatever the case may be, but as the mom, she should have took them, because that I just don't, eye drops ain't gonna do nothing. It's not taking down the swelling.
But
She looked like she was on her way to work though.
she did look like, see, I said that. I said that last time we
Yeah,
was
but
talking
that's why
about
I
it.
said like call me. Like I don't know.
She looked like she
It's
was
so
on the
many
mission.
different.
She looked like she was on a mission. The thing is, like if they both parents. So if he's saying take him to the doctor, take him to the doctor, take him to the doctor, nigga, she already here. She already like they already there at the house, and they your kids too. So if she fucked up, you standing here recording her and talking shit and trying to embarrass her, you could be just like putting your kids in the car and going to the hospital.
Yeah, it
Type
really
shit.
don't help solve the problem.
Right. Right. That's kind of crazy. So you know what I mean? I don't know. I don't get it. I think him on there I think he on some clown shit on there in that video. But that shit, and she looked like a crackhead. So it's like,
So, so another question we should ask too is, how many other videos does this dude have on the internet? And that's gonna answer if he a cloud chaser or not.
Yeah, see, that's the only one that's the only one I seen, and that was
should have
on
went back.
TikTok.
Should have went back and searched his name. Next time I'm gonna search. I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna search his name type shit. You know what I mean?
Just feel like it's a lot of parents doing stuff for the internet nowadays, and it's not.
Yeah, but it might be a skit though because she looked funny. She kind of
That's
she
not a skit. They eyes really swole.
looked funny, but they could be like. I
Like
don't
they
think it's
used
that
the
bad
fact
the
that
way
their
he made
kids
it.
was having allergic reactions or going
Yeah,
through it to make
they
a skit.
probably
That
puffed
is
that shit
that
up
that's
on
even
that.
worse.
Hey,
that
Not really.
that makes
but
the whole thing
So,
even
so think
worse.
about it
people
like
do it
this
for
though.
money.
So you a content creator, and your kid got this rare situation that happens from time to time, and y'all all know it exists and it happens, and y'all already took care of it. So you may as well get money for the family off this little swelling that happened from time to time.
Yeah. If you're a content creator, then you work it.
Th- They okay, well they trying to be content creators.
Maybe, maybe.
I don't
I
know. It
don't
was
get it.
some
I don't.
real
Like he
aggression in
said, she
there.
looked
Yeah, I
funny.
don't
So
see it.
I'm willing to guess that they got more
She
than
did
one
look.
video
I
out
would
here.
say because if it
She look
is a
crazy.
skit, I look at it like it's even worse because you calling her all types of names in front of them. Y'all like it goes beyond. So I don't think it's. I mean, people do it, so it's not
Uh,
impossible. I've seen if people do it, but I just feel like that's disgusting. If that is the case, it's one thing to use their the kid situation for content. That's one thing. But then on top of that, to make it so negative and nasty in front of them, I don't know. I feel like that's just that's nasty. I don't like that. The
yeah,
whole thing it looks crazy. It just
yeah.
looks
Nah,
crazy, and
it
it
do
makes
though.
both of them look crazy. So while he's putting it up as if he's in the right, it's like you
Yeah,
got
like
people calling you crazy too. Like
yeah.
you're being talked about too. Y'all, neither one of y'all look good.
Jamal, goofball, Jamal, you look just as worse in a situation. You don't look like you doing. You know what I mean? You don't look like you doing that.
Yeah,
Look like you supporting your kids, Negro. And you was fucking her. So whatever's going on with her, you made two kids with that motherfucker. So mm, y'all wanna fuck with the Tigger shit, or y'all want to get right to the shit?
wait, what you say?
Y'all want to talk about the Tigger situation, or y'all want to get right to the
We can. I
huh?
mean, we can.
I low key I wanted to hear hold on.
Because that's crazy.
Huh?
I said, because that's crazy.
The Tigger shit?
Yeah.
The Tigger shit is absolutely
It
crazy.
kind of got serious. I mean, like, it's been serious, but like, when it goes deeper, it's crazy.
It's definitely kind of crazy. It's definitely
Are
crazy.
you talking about the one he had the altercation with his wife?
Yeah.
Yeah. To see this
Hey,
phone situation, I just like, I don't, he was not wrong. Give him his phone. Like, what? And
I
then
don't,
did y'all see the animation with?
she got,
hold on. I'm finna play it.
and it seemed as if he, I don't, ooh, we.
I'm finna play it.
My phone.
Tigger,
Give
get
me
off.
my phone.
Do you not see all them crying?
Give me
Bro,
my phone.
why did
Stop.
you
I'm
do
not
that?
doing nothing.
Yes,
She
you did. You
dropped.
did.
She
You hear the
dropped.
kid in the background?
She dropped.
Oh yeah,
Bro,
she got an
you're
emotional
literally
ass
stepping on
son.
her.
I'm not stepping on her, Alex. I just want my
Bro.
phone. She can give me the phone and it'll be over.
She,
She can give me the phone and
she
it will be
slid it
over.
Bro,
down
just
like
get off
that.
her.
She
She's gonna
didn't
I'm
give
not
you
pull
on
all.
her
her,
at
push
all.
her,
Give me
nothing.
my phone.
Get off of me,
Give me my
Tigger.
phone.
D, if I was anybody else, you wouldn't be doing this
If you
shit.
say so. Give me my phone.
Bro, just get off her. You can buy a new phone.
But he not
Mr.
doing nothing
Tigger!
though.
He trying to get his
Mr. Tigger, get
phone.
off of her
That's
now!
the victim shit.
Real ass.
Shorty snapping
I
too.
just
Stop
want to say
now.
this.
He like, get off her now. He's snapping.
Yeah, the person in
Yeah,
the
that.
background was really making me mad. Cause what you don't see that like y'all
So is
plotting.
that his
And if this
stepson?
was huh?
Is that his stepson that's in the background?
No, I don't know who that is in the background. It sounded
Cause
like
he
a
called him
stud
Tigger.
in the background. Huh?
Now it sound like maybe a son or a stepson or something.
I don't know who in the background, but whoever recording it, it's like it's playing is that y'all recording this to post it as if he in the wrong, but you see while you're recording that he's not wrong. Like he's not
I
doing
bet.
anything to I just feel like that whole
Yeah.
situation was insane. Like
Yeah. I
he
ain't gonna
didn't
lie
drop
though.
you, he didn't put you.
I ain't gonna lie. It's like that was some real victim type shit though.
Yeah. She
Oh
was
yeah,
playing
he
victim.
recording it with real crowd.
Yeah, that was some real victim shit. Like they went hard with they shit.
Like y'all
They
really
went hard with
recorded
that one.
that, played victim, posted it like y'all was gonna get the sympathy. I don't see how when it's clear as day that he's not doing nothing but trying to grab his phone from you. You could have avoided
Hmm.
all of that. You doing all that screaming like that man is hurting you and he is literally trying to grab his phone.
Shit's funny as hell.
To
They
say
try
he
to put
wouldn't be
him.
doing that if it was anybody else, nigga, he only trying to get his phone.
And she said that shit like that nigga was the police.
That's what they always say, man. That's what females always say. You wouldn't be doing this to nobody else, bitch. Just give me my goddamn phone. That's all you gotta do is give me my shit.
Now I see
I'm
if he had
wondering
her
if she was.
hemmed up, choked up on the wall trying to get the phone. He literally is trying to grab his phone.
I hate that victim shit though. I ain't gonna lie, man.
That
I'm
was
wondering if they're
insane.
going through a custody battle or something.
No, I think he just was cheating or some shit, and she got her hands on that motherfucking phone. You know how that shit be.
Mm.
She was
No,
she
but
worked.
besides
She
all
probably
of
worked
that,
hard to get her. She worked hard to
so
get to that
y'all don't
phone. She
know
wasn't giving
about
that
the
motherfucker up.
daughter? You don't know about
Nah,
the daughter situation?
what happened?
She has a daughter missing,
Do she?
and the girl, little girl, been missing
No,
for
she just got locked
years.
up. She just got arrested for kidnapping or some more shit. Didn't she?
Uh, I don't
I
know,
just seen that. So he got off of that. From that
but
shit, he
it's
got
not
off.
his
But
daughter.
she got
It's not
arrested.
their daughter. It's so they have a daughter, but she has a daughter from her previous relationship, and that daughter, it was a custody battle or something with that, and then at some point the girl went missing, and she been missing. Then the lady got with Tigger, had a baby, and named the little girl the name of the first daughter.
No, I think she jammed up. I think she jammed up. I think she they gave her kidnapping or something.
Um,
Yeah.
because that's what everybody been talking about. Everybody's so obsessed with this part, but nobody been asking like, where's the daughter?
Oh, let's get to the conversation because they on the
Um,
conversation on here. So let's get to it, man.
you should
Let's
not
do
be
this.
going into.
They talking about the
Oh,
who was found dead in Mississippi after he went. Folks, we continue to seek answers into the mysterious death of Nolan Wells, the 18-year-old African American who was found dead in Mississippi after he went out boating with a group of white friends on July 4th. Independent autopsy is being done on his body. The Mississippi officials say they continue this investigation.
Let's just start right there. What y'all think about that? Because this is what she's saying. I don't understand when we aren't going to learn that we should not be going into secluded spaces with groups of white people. Them folks are not our friends. Is that a is that a I kind of agree, but I'm kind of like I'm on the fence with that comment. I'm kind of on the fence with it.
Yeah, because
Uh,
that's a hard one. Because, like, I mean, there's situations and where things have been
Excuse me.
happening at and going on that I feel like, yeah, you have to be careful of the spaces that you go into. But, like, damn, I don't know. I just, because technically he went with his friend. I thought he went with his friends. Thought those
Yeah,
were
but
his
they all
friends.
all his friends is white.
so I'm gonna say this. I
I mean, he
never feel
mixed, I believe.
no. He
Ain't
ain't mixed.
he not?
No,
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
I
Say you.
never feel comfortable going to any space with other races of people when there's alcohol or drugs involved because them things bring out what you've been thinking in your head.
Yeah.
Now I'll go to a convention or something like that where in a public space where is a large amount, a large group of a different race. But once there's alcohol involved, I'm gone because everybody get out of their body when alcohol involved.
I mean, that's true.
That's true, but that's true all around the board though.
That's why I
Like,
said everybody get out of their body when the alcohol involved.
yeah, it's like so I what she's saying, I believe is possibly truth to it because I don't know if I would trust it. I guess it depends on your kid because if your kid is not groomed to survive, like if your kid don't have a survival mentality, you normally know it before your kid leave out the door. You know if they got that survival instincts or not. You know what I mean? So if you send your kid out, your one black kid with like 10 white kids, I just don't. I don't know. I'm on the fence with that part because I feel like sending your kid out with 10 black kids, you can get the same results. If he around the wrong group
Yeah,
of kids and they
for
out there on the
sure.
motherfucking and they out there on the trip and they out there on the beach in that water or whatever, I think you can get the same results depending on the actual situation. I feel like it can go either way.
For
I
sure.
agree.
All right,
Definitely.
I'm gonna get
We've
back
had too
to it.
many examples as to why this a big no and we keep doing it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It is though because it's another situation that's happening right now with somebody else. The exact same thing, I believe.
Hey, but
And again, we continue to, ask the critical questions. What happened? What happened to this young man, and how did he end up dead? Joining us right now is Christine and Elmore Wansley, the parents of Nolan Wells, also the attorney Ben Crump. I'm glad to have all three of you here. Certainly, our condolences go out to you, Christine and Elmore, on the loss of your son.
Thank you.
I want to be clear in terms of trying to understand this timeline. What time did Nolan go out with his friends? What time did they go out boating on July 4th?
Hold on, we read the comment real quick. They don't need alcohol or drugs to be their true selves. Believe that. There's far too many examples of that happening to us with them.
so I
Damn, I
got a
don't.
question for I got a question for that comment. How many examples of that happening for us with them exist when there isn't alcohol involved? Because for me, from my personal experience, I could be around some cool dudes from a different race, but every time there's liquor involved, you start hearing something like, oh, well, we better not have a measuring contest. We know who's going to win. It
Yeah,
started like that,
it always started like that.
you
But what if,
know, and
but what if the intentions is to get him out there? And what if that's the plan to get him out there and do some dirty shit to him? Because as of
yeah,
yet, it's to me it seems like I feel listening to the shit because I listened to it already, most of it. It sounds like they did some like some dirty shit to him, some backdoor shit to him. But I feel like it's for a reason, almost. Like what reason did they do it, and who did it, and how did it
Like
all
they got
unfold?
into it or something.
Yeah, and they basically said that they did get into it. Like at some point, he out there on the boat screaming and yelling, like, "Give me my phone!" You know what I mean? Give me my fucking phone back. You know what I mean? So let's just get back into the video. On her side of it, I don't know if I can go with it her way because I just feel like I'm not just looking at it from the race standpoint, which I do feel her, what she's saying, but I'm not just looking at it from that standpoint. Even though after the shit happened and they started moving how they moving, clearly the way they moving is based off, yeah, he's just a black kid, so we don't give a fuck
Yeah.
type shit. I'm gonna get back to it.
So that was sometime in the morning. I don't have the exact time. I do still have his
oh yeah, his
information up
mom was
on the Life
Asian.
360, but it was earlier in the morning on July the 4th.
So and so he said, "Hey, July 4th, we're going out for the day boating." Was this something that he had previously done with his group of friends?
Yes, it was, and there was no issues, and my son came home.
So did he indicate for you what time they're going to be coming back?
No, like his dad has stated in multiple interviews, it was his last hurrah before reporting back to school. So we were just, going to let him have that time to really just decompress because, football can be a lot on you. Especially too, he was a student athlete, so he wasn't just, doing one thing. He was having to manage both.
So the evening arrives. All of a sudden, it's getting darker. You have not heard back from your son. What then happened? What time did you and your husband begin to get concerned when you had not heard from or seen Nolan?
So honestly, we got concerned when we got the phone call. There have been times when Nolan has come in later because he and his friends are, watching movies or again at some type of party. So, that wasn't necessarily uncommon. But when I saw his friend call me, my heart dropped because I knew something was wrong. His friends do not call me like that.
What time? What time was
That
that when
was
the friend
around,
called?
that was, I think, 11:07 is when he called. And he
So
said,
he leaves that morning.
Mm-hmm.
Go
So
ahead.
he
Go
left
ahead,
the evening before. So him and his friends had all stayed the night at one of the other friends' house.
Okay, so July 4th was that Saturday. So they stayed the night with some friends on Friday. So y'all last saw Nolan on Friday, and then he goes out with them on
Yes.
Saturday. Around 11:07 p.m. on Saturday, then you get this phone call. We've heard about them having his cell phone. When did they turn over his cell phone to you and your husband?
So they actually gave the cell phone to my friend. Whenever I got the call that Nolan was missing, I was like, you know what, let me call my friend Tashima because her sons, Jalen and Javon, Nolan actually, those are the guys he actually grew up with, right? Like from playing City League on up. We were very familiar with Jalen and Javon and their mom. Again, they're friends of ours. And so I called her and I was like, hey, have you seen Nolan? Can you ask the boys? Have they talked to him? And she was like, you know what? And the boys, of course, they were like, no. So they're pulling up their location tracker on Snapchat because they all follow each other, and they, you know, were able to help pin. I'm pulling mine up on Life 360. So between the two, you know, we were able to determine where his phone was, which is not where his car was. So the car and the phone were in two separate locations. Elmore and I were trying to, after we got off the phone with Tashima, because she was like, hey, look, don't worry about it. I'll go get it. You know, we went ahead and started calling authorities to see who we needed to file the missing persons report with.
And when you got the phone.
Elmore, I have. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ben. Go ahead.
You asked about the phone. It was important when they got the phone.
Mm-hmm. So it took a while. It took a little bit before the phone was handed over to my friend. And then we did meet up. And of course, you know, we met up soon after. We filed the police report finally. And then she was on her way back towards Ocean Springs. So we met up at the second house to pick the car up, which is where he stayed overnight.
The only thing I was going to point out was...
Yeah, go ahead, Ben.
The only thing I was going to point out that is very important, we believe, some of the Snapchat messages seem to have been deleted, and some text messages seem to have been deleted, and we believe that could prove very relevant.
Elmore, I've raised 6 nieces, and first got nieces when they were as early as a year and a half, and raised them all the way through. They were even now my twin nieces, and they're 22 years old. I don't know many kids today who they're never without these. And did that cause you suspicion that, and when you think about your son, was his phone always with him? Was he always on his phone? Was he always using his phone?
Yes.
You talked about, Christine, you talked about the life tracker. I would assume, just like my nieces, his hand was attached to the phone.
Yes.
All the time.
His hand was attached to his phone all the time. His hand and his phone was always in my face messing with me. So he wouldn't go nowhere without that phone. He wouldn't.
I don't know, man. It seemed like it's obvious that somebody did something to him, but I feel like I feel like maybe it's the wrong video that I got it on. Because if they ain't there, all the stuff that they saying is almost irrelevant, ain't it? If they don't,
no, go ahead.
Not gonna say clearly it's some fuck shit going on. But I'm saying most of what they saying, they can't say much because they wasn't there, is what I'm saying. And they ain't really got.
But I wouldn't say it's irrelevant because it's still what they were told from the boys and the different stories or whatever. So it's what they was told, and whatever they was told. If somebody else had a different story or if something else came out, I think that what they have to say is relevant because it proves that something is going on, something is missing. What they were told, how they was told, like I don't know.
Let's get
It's
into something more.
relevant. I wouldn't say
Let me
it's...
see if I can find a more aggressive video where somebody's saying a little bit more about what's actually going on and what's happening. Is it her?
4th, 2026, Nolan Xavier Wells, an 18-year-old boy, was reported missing after going on a weekend trip with friends to Horn Island, Mississippi, where they were out on boats. The Ocean Springs young man, the Ocean Springs native, was last seen shirtless, wearing blue swim trunks and black sunglasses on a boat on the island with friends. He was the only African-American among those friends. Now, the friends who were on the trip with him and their families, those friends who were on the trip with him allegedly left and claimed that he decided to stay behind by himself.
So after seeing his mom, do we think he mixed or are we going where he not?
No, he definitely mixed. His mom is mixed.
That they left and he decided to stay behind, which kind of doesn't make any sense because the friends who left had his phone, which is a strange thing to do. Number one, to leave your friend behind. When our kidults have gone on vacation with friends, you go with the friends, you come back. Everybody goes, everybody comes back. You don't leave one person behind when you all went on a trip together. That's weird.
That's a fact.
And kids are so attached to their phone. The idea that you would let your friends leave you in among strangers out somewhere in some rural boat trip out in Mississippi where you're the only black kid, you would let them leave and take your phone? That's weird too.
That's a fact.
And the friends who are with them and their families, they've released these formal statements in response to allegations that their involvement is somehow suspicious. But they've also said pretty much collectively that they're not sure where Nolan went after saying that they're the ones who notified the police that he was missing. It's weird, right? And so lots of things about this situation are strange. His mom immediately started posting on social media saying, "Where is my son?" Posting about him. Now, his mother is actually a beauty influencer. She's a registered nurse and she does a lot of beauty influencer work. So you can still follow her. She was posting up until yesterday on Threads, including in memory of her son. And she used to post like sort of beauty influencer stuff. She's very much online. And so she started going online to her growing community of followers saying, hey, describing what her son was wearing and asking for any help to find her baby. And so she's posting like crazy, trying to find him. But the friends seem to be very silent. In fact, and this is where it gets a little weird, the friends and some of their parents have deleted their social media. If you can throw up B2, Jason. I went through and verified the social media accounts of the friends who are identified in that picture and tried to see what was on their social media. And yeah, all of their Threads accounts as well as their Instagram accounts have been made private, or their Threads accounts say there are no posts, meaning they haven't posted at all. So there are just no posts at all. And then there's a woman named Ashley Cole, who's actually a judge and who's the stepmother of one of the boys. And she too has deleted her social media.
Judge.
All of her social media has been deleted. She posted on Facebook explaining why she deleted her social media. I'm going to read you what you probably can't read on the screen, so I'm going to go ahead and read it to you. This is Ashley Cole, who's the stepmother of one of the boys who were with Nolan and who claimed they left him behind. She says, our family, along with the community, grieves the loss of Nolan Wells. Our thoughts and prayers are with Nolan's family. Our son, Warren, loved Nolan dearly. Unfortunately, I feel that it is appropriate for our family to dispel some rumors with facts based on the social media attention that is being diverted away from the Wells family and their loss. Yes, I deactivated my Facebook. Given the very heightened emotional state of social media right now, I fear for the safety of my child and my children. My husband and I have 6 children, and we covet their privacy. We do not believe it is appropriate for our minor children's photographs to be circulated throughout the internet, presenting potential threats to their safety. I graduated high school with Christine Wells Wansley. That's the mom. We are from this, that's Nolan's mom. We are from the same community. I have the utmost respect for her and all the Wells family. We mourn the loss of Nolan with them. Our prayers have been and continue to be with them. My husband and I were not at Horn Island at any point on the 4th of July. So that's interesting. She makes that very important legal point. No one in our family is trying in any way to impede with the investigation by law enforcement or to otherwise hamper the family and law enforcement's quest for answers. Warren, her son, was interviewed by the Jackson County Sheriff's Department and cooperated fully.
Sound like the mama just tried to clear herself right quick?
That's what's going on. It sounds like he already told her what happened and she doing the law shit. She on that law shit.
Yeah. But it sounds like she like tried to clear herself though, saying that she wasn't out there and they, what that mean? Nobody asked you if you was out there.
He saw Nolan last at around 3 p.m. on July 4th. They left around 4:30 p.m. when the boat was taking on water and they had an issue with the bilge pump. Nolan made a decision to stay on the island and return inland later with another group of friends. Now, normally when there's a case that's potentially got legal ramifications, the idea is to say nothing. She's saying a lot here. She says more. Yes, I am a judge. I also value transparency. I apologize if anyone was offended that I deleted my social media. There were no nefarious motivations in my deleting my social media. Social media has a lot of positives, but a whole lot of negatives. We live in a world of clickbaiting, sad but true. My family is hopeful that this information will help to redirect the attention to the Wells family, their grief, and their need for the community support. So note that at first this was a missing persons case, but then the body was actually found. Nolan's body was found and identified by his family a couple of days after he disappeared, and everyone went dark. Everyone took their social media down, including Ms. Cole, who has now explained from her point of view, and she says she wasn't there, but she's now explaining on her son's behalf what she says happened, which maybe not on purpose, maybe on purpose, kind of provides him with kind of a exculpatory information about himself, right? It kind of excuses her son and the other boys in her statement, and she's a judge, so she knows the law. So it's weird. And now, with all of that,
it ain't crazy that a judge is going on social media and saying all this shit. It's like she talking to the juries, damn man, ain't she? Ain't she like she already talking to a jury? She a judge. So just coming out and saying anything, whatever jury. So if somebody get charged, it's like she already making her statement to the jury. Because if somebody get charged and then they had a case down there, they, you know what I mean, do the shit down there in a area, then automatically motherfuckers already probably know each other, depending on how big the town is or the area is, and she's the judge. So clearly a lot of them motherfuckers already know who she is. It's almost like she could be like talking to a motherfucking she could be talking to them people down there, letting them know like this is what we going with. So that's a tough one.
Yeah, but to be fair though, out of everybody that could have spoke, she probably was the best person that should have spoke, because everybody else, no matter what, nothing they can say is not gonna make them look guilty.
Yeah, but what's she speaking for? It ain't got shit to do with you. What you deactivating your Facebook page for? This ain't for you to say nothing. Why are you giving a statement? Damn that.
True. That new information has emerged, including a video that appears to show an argument taking place, potentially involving Nolan. Let's play that video.
Yeah, he was too comfortable around them people. Man.
If you can pull it all the way down, because that sound is going to sound weird because it's just a slow version. And you can see there's Nolan in a group of other young people. If you really sort of squint and look at the video, you'll see that it's not like this is a very racially mixed group of people on Horn Island. He was essentially the only Black person there. And so that is raising a lot of suspicions. People are getting very, very worried that something happened to him, that something was done to him. And again,
I ain't gonna lie, I definitely agree with Joyce. Like, I wouldn't have been out there. I'm 45 years old and I wouldn't have been out there. All white people. I don't know. And I'm not a racist dude, but I don't know.
I'm going nowhere by water with Black people, so I don't.
Like zero.
I'm not doing that.
No, but you know, sometimes
but that's crazy.
Sometimes though, like successful Black people, because there's so few of them, end up getting comfortable being around white people, and their kids grow up in that and kind of forget. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because he kind of like he mixed. So you know what I mean? It's like he damn near at home. He grew up with them people. He a part of their community. So it's like he don't see what the outside world see when everybody say white people this or white people that. He don't see that picture because these his people basically.
So they pulled a demographic analysis of Mississippi in regards to this case. Somebody was bringing this up online, and the average family in Mississippi makes like $48,000 as a collective of the state, but the neighborhood he come from, the average family makes $200,000.
Yeah, they all up.
So I mean, pretty much. So they got bread.
He got bread too, though. They all got bread.
Yeah.
Like I say, it's his community. We on the outside looking in, we painting a picture that fit the way we want to see it. But like his mama was saying, they said it on another interview, like they ain't even on no activist shit. They ain't on no racial shit, none of that shit. They just trying to find out what happened because he didn't went out with them before to these same beaches, to these same lakes. This their community, these they people. Say most white people are racist. They have never been taught real history, so they don't know any better.
I don't know.
That's a tough one.
Why would he allow his friends that he came there with to leave and give them his phone? Why would he be there with no phone, no way to contact anyone? Others on social media have pointed out that some of the other boys initially were posting things like "see you soon." But how would you see him soon if you have his phone and he doesn't? Why would you post?
That phone sending somebody to prison, though. That phone shit, somebody going to prison about that phone because the phone just don't make sense. Even if I'm staying back and doing whatever I'm saying I'm doing, why would I leave my phone in a situation like that? Why would anybody leave a phone, especially a 17, 18-year-old kid? That don't make sense.
A message to someone who cannot possibly reply because you have their phone. That's weird. If that is true, then that is very strange because you wouldn't post on social media at someone whose phone you have in your possession. It's odd, right? Let's put up Nolan Wells' mom's post because, again, she is a very online social media influencer. She's a beauty influencer. So this was her initial post on July 4th. And she says, this is Nolan Wells, AKA No, one of the sweetest and kindest souls you could ever meet. He went missing on Horn Island on July 4th. I'm looking for any pics or videos that were taken on the northwest tip of Horn. Please help us find our sunshine. And again, she posted this on July 4th. If the other boys had pictures of him or video of him, that would have been a great place to respond. They know her. These are people who are known to the family.
Right.
One of their moms says she went to high school with this woman, Christine. So why are there no replies? I went on that account. I don't see replies from any of the friends saying, hey, here's pictures of our friend who we were with. Here's what he was wearing. Here's what we were doing. There was no response. There are no replies. And again, now they can't reply to her because they've effectively deleted the content of their Threads accounts. That post was on Threads. All of it very strange. Just all of it very, very weird and hard to explain. Later on in the show, in our second hour, Ariva Martin, who's a pretty great civil rights attorney, is going to join us. We're going to walk through the strange aspects of this case and some other cases that are raising a lot of questions about the safety of young Black men in this country at a time when the far right is trying to claim and proclaim that it is Black people, particularly young Black men, who are the hyper-violent demographic in American society, which is weird in a country in which violence against young Black men and against Black people is so common that it was perfectly legal to kill Black people in this country up until about the 1960s. It was effectively not a crime to kill Black people up until about the 1960s, because post the Civil War, pre the Civil War, Black people weren't even considered human. So if you killed a Black person, that was a property crime, not a crime against a human. After the Civil War and Jim Crow, there was a class of white Americans, the working class, who are below the sort of upper class, who effectively could do the purge. They could legally kill any Black person, knowing that any jury, if it even went to trial, would be composed only of white men who were the only people permitted to register to vote and thus be on a jury, which is one of the reasons that the Klan violently prevented Black people from registering to vote, because that would make them eligible to be on juries. And so you knew you were going to face a jury of only fellow white men from your class, and that they would never convict you. And in fact, it almost never happened that you were convicted. This is why more than 4,000 Black men, women, and children were lynched during the Jim Crow era. And one of the most prolific periods in lynching was 100 years ago, the 1920s, when Black men could be lynched for anything from talking to a white woman, looking at a white woman, eyeballing, they would call it reckless eyeballing, not crossing the street when a white family was attempting to walk past them on the sidewalk, sassing, which was considered also a capital offense, anything you wanted. You could be lynched for anything, and you knew you were never going to be convicted. In fact, one of the few instances of white men being convicted of killing a Black person occurred very much belatedly, almost 30 years after Medgar Evers' murderer.
She kind of losing me. I get what she's saying, but I'm kind of... I'm getting lost on all that shit, because what are we talking about 100 years ago for? Let's stay with the case. Let's see what he got.
So the first thing I see, the simplest thing I see, is who had his phone and why, and was that theft of the phone? Sometimes we look at the largest case, we try to get to murder, but the person that took his phone committed a crime right there. There are witnesses to who took that phone. If an affidavit is signed, an arrest warrant could be signed by a judge in Mississippi to go after that person that had that phone.
All right, Toon say history matters. You got something you want to say to that, Antoinette?
I guess when you saying like why, when you talking about why he shouldn't have trusted them going out there like that and stuff like that, it does. I mean, like when you know your history and you know what goes on, and you know like you know you can't go in no area like that, or you don't go and be the only one out there. Either take somebody with you or you just don't go. Now, really, knowing my history and everything behind it, no, I don't trust being one Black woman in a big old group of white people like that, and then like in that area, in that state that they in. It's like I when you hear so many different stories and it happens in those states or those areas, it's like you be more cautious and you be more careful with what you're doing, who you hanging with. I wouldn't be comfortable out there with all of them by myself.
Yeah, I think the spooky part of it for me is like we locked
And
in
even
on
if
a
the
racial
friends had
aspect.
nothing to do with it and they just left him out there, it's still like
Somebody has something to do with it. But
no, for sure.
my
'Cause
problem is that we locked in on a racial aspect and we not really locked in on trying to find out exactly what happened. Everybody is
right.
going into the racial mode like this shit happens all the fucking time. Like so we stopping and we going into the whole conversation. We doing this shit again like we always do it though, but we go into a whole conversation of the black white narrative, the black white narrative, the black white narrative, as if 4th of July weekend wasn't one of the bloodiest fucking weekends in Chicago. Again, we stop over here and we focus all of our energy on that. So the thing is, in that situation, it's crazy and it may be some racial shit involved in it, But let's find out exactly what happened first before we just go to the narrative of claiming racist, because that's all that motherfucker do is just jump to that point of racist. We don't even find out what happened. It could be. I think the other side of it is getting racial, and I think it's some racist shit going on because it's like he a black kid. We could do whatever we want to do to him, and we could get away with it if we play it the right way. I think that's definitely in play right now with the judge coming out and speaking out and everything. But first, let's find out exactly what happened and why it happened, type shit. Because this shit, it don't just happen with white people all the time. If you around the wrong group of black kids and motherfuckers got it in for you, and you don't know motherfuckers got it in for you for whatever reason they got it in for you, and you black, you can get left the same way. You can get left the same way.
True.
You know what I mean? You can get left the same way. So I don't know. I want to find out what happened, because it could be a situation where one kid killed him, or he got into a situation with one of them kids over a situation, and now they all just like protecting their people.
The one
Type
kid.
shit, you know what I mean? So you know what I mean? They all just trying to protect their people or something. So it turns racist. But I still want to know exactly what happened and why it happened before it become a big ass race issue, and then maybe find out that something else that something else happened and there's something else going on. Hold on real quick. They are trying to find out what happened. The white people are not providing the facts of what happened. That's obvious. But let's take that same situation and put all black kids. Isn't it still a good chance that ain't nobody gonna try to tell? That everybody's gonna try to find a way to say, I ain't do it. And if it's a messy situation, we gonna have to cover it up for everybody that's left. Everybody that's alive, we still gonna have to cover it up, right?
Yeah.
Either way the situation go, everybody's gonna try to cover it up. Ain't nobody coming out and saying nothing.
That's true.
It's the same narrative we get when they say gang related. You got to explain that a little bit more, Tone, because I kind of agree, but I want you to explain it a little bit more if you got time. Them folks' parents are lawyers and judges and clout and telling their kids not to talk.
Of course.
I agree with that. I 100% agree with that. I feel like I know that's what's going on for sure.
But wouldn't anybody
Yeah, my
parents
bad,
tell
y'all.
their kid not to talk, not to say nothing? I know my mom say don't talk unless you got a lawyer. Don't talk by yourself. Don't talk unless I feel like every parent teaches their kid that. So like it ain't just about them having lawyers, as because I mean if you have parents who are smart, like you just know you don't say nothing, you don't
You
talk. So
gonna
I'm not looking at with as far as that part. I don't see that as a race that's being racist or nothing like that. It's like that's just no, that's normal not to want to talk. If you did do something, I'm not going to talk. I'm not saying what happened. Half of what they gonna be saying is gonna be like a story that they all came up with as a group. Even if, like I said, because it's even if they didn't do nothing, look how it's turning and look who it's turning at. Even if he was left where they say they left him there or whatever the case may be because he wanted to stay a little longer. Somebody out there did something. Somebody know that somebody did something. That's one black kid out of all of those white kids that was out there. Somebody knows something, but nobody is going to say anything. Nobody wants to carry that. No, nobody wants to get looked at, because if you know anything, you're going to get questioned. If you were next to him, if you was around him, if you was there, you're going to get questioned. Nobody's going to talk. I
nobody
don't think that a story is going to come out until like
so
it really, really has to, or y'all got some
yeah,
evidence on them and they
or
have to tell the truth. Like nothing's going to
because the
come out.
next thing hold on. I get what you're saying, Tone. I get what you're saying now. You saying don't throw race out there, but when it's us, the narrative is gang related. I get what you're saying. Because I think the thing that might happen is when it get too close to somebody, and then like because it gets dangerous too, because you fucking with lawyers and doctors. Like if you're a lawyer in that situation, I don't think it matter your race. If that's your kid stuck in that situation, if you're a lawyer, if you're a doctor, whatever you is, if your kid's stuck in that situation, you're gonna automatically do what you got to do to protect your kid. So it don't really matter if it's a black kid, it don't matter if the other kid is white. If your kid in that situation, the first thing you're gonna do is make the decision to protect your kid.
The
It don't
only
matter
time
what's
a
going on.
parent is really gonna tell you to say something is if you went home, you told them the truth, and you literally had nothing to do with it, and your story excludes you from it. Then it's like, yeah, parent go, okay, you gotta go say
Nope.
something because
Nope. What parent gonna say that? What parent you know
it's
gonna
some
say that?
parents that will. It's some parents that will.
Listen, I ain't, because you got to think about this too. Now, with white folks, it could work any kind of way. But how many black parents
That's
with
what I'm
black
saying. I'm
sons?
not talking about with no black kid. Like
That's
I
what I'm
don't.
saying. We ain't finna send our kids in no courtroom or to no building to say nothing. And
No,
it's
because if you say if a black person come out with the truth, we know it's true. You still can't say nothing because they're gonna turn it. They're gonna pick at what you saying. They're gonna question it real hard. Well, what was this or how? They're gonna turn your words and everything else because that's what they do. But
if
I'm
you
saying like one of them, like I can see if they telling the truth, they had nothing to do with it. I do see one of their parents telling them to go and say something.
I don't know. I don't know if that's a real thing. Going to telling your kid to go say something, but it's possible
But it is certain parents out there that will do it, that
if you
has
got.
done it.
But if you got
And
lawyers,
they've got their child in trouble. So but I'm like, it has been
yeah,
done.
it
I've
has
watched
been
the
done.
whole
That's
little what are those things called? It's a video of them in the room, the interrogation room.
somebody
And
gonna
the
try.
mom is telling the boy to tell the truth. And it was a black parent. She tell him, tell them. But the boy know what he did. She just said, tell him. No. As a parent, you know not to say nothing in this
And when I
interrogation
be
room without no
yeah,
lawyer.
when I be hearing about some of this shit, I be hearing about it and I see how everybody jump on it and how everybody jump to it. I be thinking like, damn, like why don't we just take care of each other type shit? Because in real life, if that kid alive and he will and he kicking it, them his people, right? It ain't nothing bad that we can say about none of them to him when he
Yeah.
alive and when he's straight. His parents, like they first interview, they say we don't want to get into no activist conversation. Right after the gate, they say we don't want to have no activist conversation. They told what's dude from New York, Al Sharpton, that right out the gate, we don't want to have no activist conversation. We ain't trying to go in that direction at all. You know what I mean? We just trying to find out what happened, to the point where like all of us on the outside looking in, we jump on it and we jump on their side and we talking about this and we talking about that. But where are they when the shit going on the other side? We talking about wealthy black mixed family that's living it up, and shit is going on out here in the ghetto, and shit is going on out here with black people. Where are they when shit is happening and it's going on? I hate to be the person that's saying this, but where are they though? When motherfuckers need their help, like Tyler Perry paying for the funeral, Colin Kaepernick is paying for his autopsy. You know what I mean? Like the fuck, where these niggas at? Because motherfuckers out here need help paying for autopsies in real time right now. Motherfuckers need help paying for funerals, like in real time right now. In Chicago, they just had a march on 79th up there on Cottage Grove. You know what I mean? If anybody know, if you're from Chicago, if you've been around Chicago, you know 79th is probably one of the most dangerous strips in the motherfucking city, damn near from the west side all the way damn near deep east type shit. 79th just be on fire. And all the motherfuckers is outside like marching on 79th trying to get through. Where the fuck is Tyler Perry and them at in that situation? Because that's where we need him at. Right? Where the fuck is Colin Kaepernick in that situation? I be looking at these situations. I ain't mad at nobody like for their opinions and their views, because I agree with some of this shit. I agree with a lot of it. You know what I mean? But man, we always talking about shit that damn near don't even be having nothing to do with us. Because I feel like most people, just because they black, that shit don't got nothing to do with us. Just because they black. And when we on it, and when motherfuckers be alive, and when motherfuckers be living on the streets, niggas don't give a fuck about us just because we black. That same motherfucker ride past us in a motherfucking Mercedes Benz, a motherfucker something, and be spitting at our motherfucking shoes type shit. But I don't know. I be viewing that shit kind of different. I don't always be jumping on the bandwagon of let's say this and let's say that and let's jump into this conversation. Let's do something before we get to that point. Because if you look at your kid enough to feel like he'll be safe in that situation, then don't let him go. Because I wouldn't. I wouldn't let my kid go into no situation like that. I ain't gonna lie. So I agree with most of the comments right now because I ain't sending my kid into no situation like that. So motherfuckers do got to be careful, and you do got to be careful how you move. But if your son ain't built a certain way and he don't know certain shit and he moving a certain way and he top of the football team and he the flyest dude out there and he's this that shit could happen at any month. That shit could happen at any lake at
Yeah.
any month.
But also, I wouldn't put my son in a situation where like he is a the only black kid in a certain room. Like I'm not moving to a majority white area. Like I would like I need in the bunch because I'm not teaching my kid to dislike white people, and I'm not teaching him to be racist. Like I don't know how to explain it, but
Nah,
I
I hear
my
you. I hear you.
we like people. I like people. I like different types of people. It's cool. I'm not against them, even though with because always a lot of conversations where certain people say like they don't like white people or they just feel a little towards them sometimes, and it's because of what our ancestors went through and stuff like that. And it's like until I have a a moment like that, like I understand my history to the fullest. I get it. But I'm not going
Uh-huh.
around with hate in my heart towards a white person that didn't do nothing at all to me. Now, but do I want to be in a area where it is majority white? No, I do not. Like,
But
and that's just I
I'm
don't.
not
I
gonna
don't.
lie though. I'm not gonna lie. I do.
I don't.
I do
I want to
because
build land. I want to be on my own
if
in my own
if
little.
yeah, but
So,
I get what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. She said if the
so
roles were switched.
the
Well, hold on, let me read this. If the roles were switched and
the
a white
reality,
kid ended up dead with nothing but black kids around him, that judge would be having them sit. I 100% agree.
Of
I agree
course.
with that. I agree with that. I 100% agree with that. And that's the scary part about us like being black. But go on, say what you was finna say, Richie.
Richie.
oh, sorry, kind of going through as a storm. We're about to have a rainstorm in a little bit. So, but I was gonna say that the reality of living in America is if you plan on being successful and living in a neighborhood with other successful people, is more than likely gonna be white people.
It's a fact. And
Yeah, I
then
don't
look,
want to live in nobody
So
else's neighborhood. I want
and
my
listen.
private road. I want my own,
Hey, do that stop
my
people
family.
from wanting to be successful? Do y'all think?
What?
Do that stop people from wanting to be successful? Like, because realistically, like what he just said, once you get to that bag and once you get rich, you have to leave. Black people, bro. You can't stay in the black community no more. Once you get rich and you get that bag, you can't stay at home no more. So
I
so
I
do
don't
people
think it
I
want
mean,
to
no,
the
stops
I
bag
don't,
people.
I don't,
intentionally?
I don't necessarily agree with that. Because I mean, Cash Doll is successful. I feel like she's successful, and she still drive her own car to the gas station in Detroit, like she from. I don't necessarily feel like you can't stay home or you gotta move home. Now, will you have a whole lot of hate people? Yes. Will you do? Will you need a little security? Yeah. But I'm not running from where I'm from or like where I come from. I'm not gonna leave I don't know. I would have my own little place now. Will I hold a bunch of stuff there? No. What do I want? Like I said, I want my own little private road where I want my land. I want to build what is it? A compound. So my family have houses and we
Uh-huh.
all got this private road. Can't nobody come down. I
Yeah.
want something like that. No, I do not. If I become successful, being successful and having to be around white people, that don't scare me. Like it don't make me not want to be successful. I want to be successful so that I can build something of my own and have my people, my family around me. That's my community, my
I
area. I
follow
ain't
you.
gotta come to your
I
community.
I follow you and I agree. And I ain't gonna lie. And I ain't trying to be funny, but you just made me scared for Cash Doll. Just made me nervous for that woman. Because what the fuck?
But they got a whole video and it's like they walking up to her trying to like talk to her stuff like that. But she did tell somebody like, You don't just be walking up on me like that. He just trying to say hi. And like somebody in the comments was like, and she out there with no security. Somebody said, trust me, she got security. Like
Yeah,
it's
that's
on her.
everybody who stayed, almost all of the people who made it that we know, like the big name
But you don't
entertainers
think she
and
was
shit,
doing that for the video though?
potentially. 'Cause
She was just pumping her
I don't think
gas.
she
I
lived.
don't
I don't
know. It
think she
could have
lived in
been.
the ghetto. I don't think she lived in the ghetto.
No.
She,
But she
like,
might have a house, a little crib there, and she go there from time to time. She still she still can hang with her people. She could be around. That's what I'm saying. Like you in
yeah,
that way. But when
That's
she go home, go house and whatever else. But even in that area,
uh,
you could still get robbed. You could still get stuff. Like anything can happen. No matter where you are, anything can happen. But like I said, I ain't going
yeah.
to no white neighborhood if I become successful. I'm gonna build my
So
own neighborhood. And that's
so
just what
now
it go through.
now with that though, that's like a different level of like. But I could say this though, you still gonna build it around white people. You just gonna bring all your people with you, so you're gonna be surrounded
Yeah.
by your people. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And that
yeah, it's gonna be some black people where I'm at. I'm not going. What I'm saying is, I'm not moving. I don't care how successful I get. I am not moving to an all white neighborhood. It gotta be some
so
black people around me.
all right. So cause
It has to be some type of culture around me. I
nah,
want to get my hair done. I need my nails done.
no,
Like
I said that
everybody don't.
too, because as soon as it got hot outside, it's like ain't no women out here in sundress. You know how the black chicks is out there in the hood in the sundresses and shit? Like soon as it get real hot, none. Zero. Shit's crazy. Cartoons say I live around 95% white and I hate it. Also, Cash Dog tripping, and that's clout chasing. And Joyce replied, she said, I swear I'm with you. Them folks don't fool with us. But no, I get what they saying, just like I get what you saying. But when you get your bag, you gotta go. Like, even if
Yeah,
you
for
finna
sure, not the
start a
ghetto.
process of
Like
building your own shit. But that's what I'm saying.
not the
That's all we
ghetto.
got though, really. Like you got certain places where it's like you do got certain places like Atlanta, they got actual black subdivisions and shit. That's what Toon was saying on here. Like
Yeah.
certain New York, up in New Jersey, I think they got black subdivisions and shit. They got a black side to the Hamptons, but it's kind of like when you get your bag, you got to go. But what you gonna the average person is just gonna take their people with them. It don't mean just because you got your bag and you left that you finna be out there on the motherfucking lake by yourself. You know what I mean?
Right.
Unless you know what I mean. You still got to know how to ride, and you still got to be. It just seemed like in that situation, it's just like that's they people. You know what I mean? Because I don't know. It's not safe to not have somebody with you in that environment where you can where you at least got one person that's gonna ride with you wherever you gonna go, type
Yeah.
of shit. Because they saying that he said that he was staying back for a female or some shit like that. Which, but they say the female
So
say
where the female?
right, right. Let's see some of this shit what he talking about.
And others, and the social media accounts need to be searched by now,
Now let's hold on,
or at least
cause I got some shit. Hold on, we finna get off of this shit.
So can't they? But okay, so with the phone thing, can't they get a warrant for the boys' phones and like when they ping the phone, whatever they do, they could see that the phone stayed in the same location
Yeah,
up until a certain point.
right. So yeah, so they did that actually. So
Okay.
what the mama said basically is that the phone kept pinging in different places in different areas. You know what I mean? Like it was
Mhm.
other shit going on. Let's check the white boy out right
Like
quick.
it was being moved.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So let's check the white dude out real quick.
What is it going to take? What is it actually going to take for some arrests to be made in this situation? You see this photo right here? Allegedly, this photo was taken at the pool party after they all came back from the island. You know, something that really bothered me with this whole thing was, why was his fucking phone pinging off the island when his mom was trying to ping the phone? Why wasn't it somewhere on the island so he could be found quicker? The reason is because they had the fucking phone. They had the fucking phone the whole time because he was at this fucking pool party. Why, allegedly, was there no water found in his lungs? Why, allegedly, did they request dental records? Why, allegedly, did he have bruises all over his body? Let's get into that fucking part, because we got another girl who was at this party who has written out a witness statement saying she was there and this is what happened. Bro, Nolan didn't get into a fight at the island. I was our other friend, Nolan Wyatt, did get into an altercation right after that, not even 10 minutes later, because Wyatt took his phone. And Wyatt and Evan were trying to be hard, so Nolan was definitely screaming, "Give my fucking phone back, N-word. What's wrong with you?" So they all calmed down, and that's when they all head to Evan's house because he was throwing a pool party. So yeah, No came to the party, and yes, we were all drinking, but Juan and Evan and Morgan and Andrew got really high, and I think they were trying to get Lucy and Natalia to try something as well. But yes, they got into it again at the pool party, which didn't end till almost 1 a.m. I know Evan.
So what he's saying is they all made it back from the lake, is what he's saying.
Right.
I caught that.
Yeah.
All right.
His mom kicked us out all at once because once they started fighting, it was Andrew and Evan, and Wyatt and Warren was basically recording and laughing, saying, "Get him." And all I could hear was Nolan screaming, "Mom." So yes, I tried helping. Then his mom came out screaming, yelling, drunk, because she was drunk, making us leave, saying she was going to cops on us if they didn't leave the house. But they didn't let No leave, and No was by the basketball goal on the inside of the pool when he was leaning over because he was gasping for air and spitting up blood. But I've called No's mom, and she knows now. I just got off the phone with her. What exactly is it going to take? We now have a photo of him at the party after the beach incident. Witnesses, multiple witnesses, this is only one of them, saying he was at this party and was violently assaulted and then was taken back to the island that night. Later, when he went to Nolan, one of the friends went to Nolan's house to pick up his car, he says to the father, "He was my best friend." Was. So my question is this: what the fuck is it going to take for us to start seeing arrests made?
Right, so if they had warrants for the phone, search warrants for the phone, why they ain't found the videos yet?
Yeah.
Because from what the girl saying, they was recording the fight.
Right. So they got Nolan phone, but when they got Nolan phone, they said it was stripped clean. There's nothing in it. So they basically cleaned his phone out when the mom them.
Yeah, but they got ways to go through and get what was deleted. They do it any other time.
Right. So what they
y'all
doing,
can see what was deleted.
Right. So what they doing is they right now what they doing is they outsourcing everything outside of the town, basically. His parents and everybody else is going to other sources so they can find out what's going on, type shit. So I don't 100% know exactly how that shit is working.
That's scary.
It is scary. That shit is definitely scary.
Me and my sister went through the phone. We went in his Snapchat. He had 2 accounts, absolutely nothing. It wasn't even 24 hours, which is how long videos and pictures stay in Snapchat. Like, there was absolutely nothing. No saved videos.
Okay, this is the most fascinating discovery in the Nolan case you do not want to miss. Every phone connected to that island tells a different story. So far, new Snapchat and deleted messages have raised disturbing new questions, which we will be discussing in this video. For days, the people closest to Nolan Wells have been trying.
Keita said, "What I don't understand on Nolan's behalf is why wouldn't he leave before it escalated? Where it when they took his phone, I would want to know the same thing, kind of, because if they take his phone and they arguing for his phone and he going through all that, and they got that on camera, how did he go to the next spot with him? Which is basically what they kind of saying he did. He went to the next spot after they took his
Without
phone.
his phone.
Yeah, without his phone. Like they took his phone, they didn't give him his phone back, and he basically ended up in the next spot with him, type shit.
And you still
Trying to
just
answer a
went them
single
with them at the next area without your phone. But I don't. So is he drunk?
Right. What's
question.
going on?
Who had his phone and why did it reach his family before it ever reached investigators? It's a question that sounds small when you say it out loud. A phone, a device, an object. But underneath it sits something much heavier. Nolan never made it back to the mainland with the friends he arrived with, but his phone did. This isn't a video about the details of what was eventually found. What this is about is everything that happened before, during, and after, the accounts that don't line up, the pieces that don't add up, a phone that ended up back in a mother's hands before it ever reached the people investigating her son's death, and every detected Snapchat details and deleted messages on the phone. If you're new here, this is a good time to subscribe because we'll be following this case closely as new details continue to surface, and there's real emotional weight to where this story goes.
That could be a good thing though for her though, huh? If she got the phone before all the motherfucker, before the courts and the system got it, if she got the phone first, now she can do what she need to do to find out what's in that motherfucker, right?
Yeah.
Get you. I like Mr.
That can potentially work in her favor
Yeah.
because he think they his friends. That's like Glove and Beastie fighting, and he leave with all the guys to the next spot. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That actually makes sense. That actually makes sense.
Goes. Let us know in the comments where you're watching from tonight. This community has been showing up for families like immediate search. The Coast Guard determined the situation, as it was described to them, didn't require their involvement. No boats went out, no search began. Somewhere on the mainland, a teenager hung up the phone, not knowing he had just watched the first chance at help slip past. It would be nearly an hour later, close to midnight, before Nolan's final hours. The natural starting. He acknowledged it could be an important piece of evidence, one his office simply didn't. Their own review was complete. But for a stretch of time that still isn't fully accounted for, the most direct link to Nolan's final hours belonged to no one but the people who.
I don't really like this. I think I clicked on the wrong shit. He doing too much. Saying too much at nut. Actually, actually, ain't it a chain of command in the phone? Can't they say that it's tainted?
Yes.
Damn. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that the mama got it back first.
Yeah.
Damn. So that was a smart play, huh, to give it to the mom before the other motherfuckers get it.
In a way, in a way, they can. Yeah. Yeah. I didn't
Damn.
think of it that way at first.
Damn. That could be like a.
But I mean, no, I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to think of ways where it's like,
How to
it,
make it make sense.
yeah,
But now the one thing, even if the phone tainted, they still gonna find what's in that motherfucker phone. That's for sure. Even if it's
yeah,
tainted now, they gonna find out what's in it. Type shit.
because, but that's why I said like, if they got search warrant, if they No, I was saying that they have a way where they can go in and get the deleted anything that was deleted. They should be able to still find it. The same way when people be doing stuff and it be a Facebook live or a video or something on Facebook and the police be
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Both of y'all shit going.
Who loved him, and the friends who water. And somewhere in that footage, audio that sounds like an argument, 9 seconds that would go on to consume a family's grief, a community's attention, and eventually the national news cycle. This is where we want to pause for a second, CTA, because if you're feeling the weight of this story the way we are, take a moment right.
You ain't subscribing to your shit, nigga. They always talking about take a moment and subscribe. Just tell the motherfucking story.
Technical objection, but it was enough to introduce real doubt into a story that had already gone national, and enough to make thousands of people who thought they knew exactly what happened stop and reconsider. Then, days later, a third account surfaced, and this one didn't just complicate the story. It reshaped it entirely. Another close friend who had been on the island that day, Trayston Shepard, came forward with a version of events that ran counter to nearly everything reported up to that point. According to Shepard, the voice in that video wasn't Nolan's at all. It was his own. Try to imagine being Shepard in that moment, watching a video of what was, for him, an ordinary and unrelated disagreement with his girlfriend, and suddenly seeing it repurposed online as the final, haunting sound of his best friend's life. Shepard says the argument captured on that footage was between him and his girlfriend, an entirely separate moment with no connection to Nolan or his missing phone. He says the person in the video that so many people online had identified as Nolan is actually too short to be him. And beyond that, Shepard says Nolan isn't in the footage at all, that he was elsewhere on the island at the time, out of frame, nowhere near the argument that would go on to dominate national headlines. Shepard has said he gave this account directly to law enforcement and that he chose to come forward publicly because he felt the story had already moved far past what actually happened, and because friends with no connection to any of it were facing real consequences online over a version of events that wasn't true. He has described watching people he loves receive threats and hostility over a moment that, by his account, had nothing to do with Nolan at all. There's a particular kind of grief in that, losing a friend, and then watching the story of that loss get twisted into something unrecognizable, while the people left behind are punished for a version of events they never lived. So here's where that thread currently stands. 3 separate accounts describing the same 9 seconds of audio, and no two of them agree. One says it's Nolan's voice, confirmed by people who were there. One says the physics of the recording don't line up. And one says the entire premise is mistaken, that the argument never involved Nolan at all. None of these accounts has been settled by an independent forensic review of the audio. As of now, it remains exactly what it started as, a question nobody with the authority to answer it has closed. And somewhere in the middle of all of it is a family, still waiting, still hoping that somewhere in these contradictions is a path to the truth. For all the threads this case has pulled apart, one thing has stayed the same since the beginning. The 2 answers capable of settling the biggest question of all are still not in. Jackson County Coroner Bruce Lind addressed this directly in the days following Nolan's autopsy. He explained that his office found no immediate, obvious signs of trauma, but given the uncertainty surrounding the case, he requested a full autopsy through the Mississippi State Medical Examiner's Office, rather than closing the matter based on that initial assessment alone. That autopsy was performed. What it hasn't produced yet is a conclusion. The reason is toxicology. A full toxicology report requires lab analysis that cannot be rushed. screening, cross-referencing, confirming results before anything becomes official. Officials have said this process alone can take anywhere from a couple of weeks to over a month. Until that report returns.
What exactly is a toxicology, you know?
A toxicology report?
Yeah.
That's that ain't that the same as an autopsy?
Toxicology? I
That's
thought
like
that
to
was
see
like,
if he had alcohol or anything in his
yeah,
system.
that's what I was gonna
Okay,
say.
yeah.
How the fuck do you spell that? Toxicology. There you go. That's crazy. The scientific discipline dedicated to study the adverse effects of chemical, physical, and biological agents living in organisms, rooted in the principle that the dose makes the poison. It evaluates how factors like dosage, exposure, focus on the prevention, diagnosis, and treatment of poisoning, adverse drug reactions, and substance use. So basically, looking to see if he got some shit in his system. Is that what they
Yeah.
saying?
Mm-hmm. I thought that was all a
No
part of
official
the
cause or
autopsy.
manner of death can be released. Not because officials are
I
withholding
thought when they
anything,
did that, that
but
was all a
because
part
there's
of the autopsy.
I did too. I thought with an autopsy, they basically looking. They say it wasn't no water in his lungs or nothing.
Right.
And they say that he didn't have no bruises or none of that shit. But that's what they saying. Ain't no guarantee that that's true.
simply isn't yet a finished conclusion to share. For a family who has already waited what must feel like an eternity, that wait doesn't get easier just because the reasons behind it are legitimate. Nolan's family didn't wait on that process alone. Within days of his body being recovered, they arranged a second, independent autopsy conducted in Washington, D.C., deliberately outside Mississippi and its local officials. Ben Crump has said the reasoning came down to trust. The family wanted an examiner with no professional ties to Mississippi law enforcement, someone whose findings couldn't later be questioned because of who they answered to. Former NFL player Colin Kaepernick contributed funding toward that independent autopsy, and filmmaker Tyler Perry has also helped support the family with other costs during this time. A quiet reminder that, even amid national headlines and press conferences, this is still, underneath everything, a family simply trying to bring their son home in every sense of the word. Even that second process has faced delays, logistical ones, tied to the complications of transporting Nolan's body across state lines. As of the most recent update available, those independent results were still pending, just like the state's, which leaves this case suspended in an unusual place. Two separate medical teams, working from two separate labs, examining the same set of facts, and neither has spoken yet. Not because either side is withholding something, but because that is simply how long real forensic science takes when it's done correctly. And in that silence, a mother waits, a father waits, siblings, teammates, an entire community.
Hey, that's a hard case because I'm looking at the shit. They look like they definitely look like family, like you know what I mean, like real friends type shit. You think it's possible that that's just a situation that just like got out of control, something happened and it got out of hand type shit? Oh God, that ass is out of there. Yeah, though I'm looking at this shit, man. It just I don't know. Everybody from the outside looking in, looking into it and saying this and saying that and saying this and saying that, but it's kind of like I don't know. I want to know what happened, man. I'm gonna keep my eyes on this shit because it looked like it's more to it. Like everybody jumping to the race conclusion, which I know the race thing is there. We all know it's real, and we all know that it's gonna be a part of the situation and a part of the system when all this shit is said and done. But for right now, I ain't gonna lie. Can you hear me, Antoinette? Antoinette.
Yeah. My
So listen.
connection yesterday.
All right, so this is what I'm saying. I'm looking at the videos. Don't they look like they like family though?
Yeah.
Like the last thing he thinking about is a motherfucker like actually trying to take him out type shit.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But that's what I've been feeling since the beginning. That's why I say it's kind of hard to make it about
Yeah.
race because it's like they was like family. So what could have actually happened?
Right. Something happened and it went too far. It's gonna turn
Yeah.
racist. It's gonna turn racist. Like, because we all gonna look at those white coats. So every time it's a situation when it involve like other people, we always look at the other people do shit that they supposed to do as if, but we only look at them and see white people. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
if it's your kid involved in that situation, you're gonna go and protect your kid like right at the gate. It don't matter
Right.
what's going on or how it's going on. So automatically, from the outside looking in, but you're gonna look at them and see that they white and say, well, it's happening like this because it's white. Now, one thing I do agree with, if the shoe was on the other foot and there was a little white kid that got killed and all those other kids was black, they'll all be in
Uh-huh.
handcuffs. They'll definitely
Yeah.
all be locked up right now. They'll definitely all be locked up right now.
Would have been
Rich
a went
community.
through questioning and everything.
Yeah, they'd have been, they all be fucked up right now. Somebody would be there, be there trying to tell somebody,
Nobody
well,
had their phone back.
nobody had their phones. They'd be in there telling motherfuckers, well, such and such already told us you did it. So you might well tell us the truth. They'd be in there interrogating motherfuckers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's they say they family. Why are they hiding what really happened? I think that's a natural instinct. I think in this situation is unfortunate, but hiding what really happened is a natural instinct because nobody wants to be the person blamed for it.
Right.
So I definitely think that's a natural instinct to start the process of like, shit, I ain't do it, I ain't do it, I ain't saying nothing, I ain't saying nothing. Well, let's make this story up. How many times have we seen this though? That's the spooky part about it. Think about it on
Because it
TV.
happened to,
I'm
I
saying
forgot
on the
what year it
movies.
was,
This is like
but I
the
remember it happening to a black lady. She went to a girls' night. It was a bunch of white ladies, and she went
yeah,
missing.
yeah. They just said it just happened, something like that. It just happened not too long ago, something like that. I think it happened up here.
I never knew where it was or where it had happened.
I think it happened up here. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go look at it. I'm gonna go look at it. But look, ain't that's like the ultimate horror movie though? It
Yeah.
ain't trying to be funny or nothing, but Scream. I know what you did last summer. Ain't that's the same story? That's I know what you did
Yeah.
last summer for sure.
No, for sure.
See what come up. Hold on. I think it was a year ago. Is this what you talking about?
Yeah.
On this episode of Black Girl Gone, I'm revisiting a story that
Black Girl
continues
Gone
to
is
haunt
crazy.
so many of us. The mysterious death of Tamla Horsford, a woman who went to a slumber party and never made it home.
Look, same shit.
This case, first released on the show in 2021, has remained one of the most requested, most talked about stories we've ever covered.
It's
And for
like
good reason.
2018.
The questions still far outweigh the answers. Was it really an accident? Or was there something much more sinister behind what happened that night? As we take another look at Tamla's story, I hope it serves as a reminder of how easily justice can slip away and why we must continue to ask the hard questions, even when the system stops looking for answers. Tamla St. Jour was born on October 10th, 1978, in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, a small island in the Caribbean where she spent her early years of life, surrounded by family and culture. She was one of two daughters born to her parents. It was
I've seen
just Tamla
horror
and her
movies for
sister Summer.
real.
In 1989, when Tamla was
Like
11,
all the
her
horror
family
movies
left
ever
their island
created.
home and moved to the Bronx in New York in search of new opportunities and a better future. But there's not a lot of public information about Tamla's life in those years after the move. What we do know is that she eventually met her husband, Leander Horsford, while living in Florida. Leander had a daughter from a previous relationship, and after they got married, Tamla gave birth to 5 sons. She embraced motherhood fully, always putting her family first. Leander's job eventually would bring the family to Georgia, his only event, but Jean's boyfriend, Jose, and another guest's husband ended up staying. The women mostly stayed upstairs while the men watched football in the basement. Eventually, everyone gathered together to play Cards Against Humanity, and by all accounts, the energy was still light and happy. Tamala, who was a smoker, stepped out on the back deck periodically throughout the night to smoke, and there are photos from the party that show her smiling, having fun, just enjoying a night out with friends. There's even a video where she appears to be in really good spirits. She doesn't look overly intoxicated, and other guests later say that she didn't seem that drunk. Around 11:30 p.m., realizing I needed someone outside my circle, someone trained to help me sort through this fence, not the unexpected death of a friend. And that's something that to this day continues to bother me. Was still alive. Now, throughout the call, both Jean and Jose mentioned that Tamla had been drinking and speculate that she may have fallen off the balcony. But what stands out most to so many people who have listened to this call is the tone, the complete lack of urgency or distress in their voices. There seems to be no panic, no desperation, no sense of shock that someone that they had just spent the night with was now lying lifeless in their backyard. Instead, the call feels almost clinical, matter of fact, as if they were calling about a broken fence, not the unexpected death of a friend. And that's something that to this day continues to bother people and raises questions about what really happened to Tamla Horsford. Because the more you look at the details, the more you start to realize that not everything about that night adds up. And what happened after the 911 call? Well, that only deepens the mystery.
Let's hit a call.
This video is sponsored by BetterHelp. Do you ever hit a point in your life where you just stop and think, this isn't how I thought things would look by now? That's where I've been. I thought I'd feel more sure of myself, more together, but lately, it's... She was face down, which didn't quite fit with the story of a simple...
I'm about to get ready to click off of this, but I know it was just a story where it was like a black lady married to a white dude, and they went on a vacation, and they had just got married or some shit, and the white dude, they say the white dude killed her. Huh? You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, you going in and out. You going in and out. I'm about to click off though. I think it's just more. Yeah, you going in and out like a robot. You got like a robot sound going. But the more I find out, we gonna come out here on these mornings, and we gonna dig into it a little bit more. Play some of this shit. Some of the. You there? Can you hear me? Antoinette? Antoinette? Can you hear me?
Hear you.
Oh. You can't? Something going on with your phone. All right, let me say this though. I'm finna
My
log.
phone is messing up.
All right. I'm finna log out anyway. All right. I'm really ready to log out anyway. So what I'm gonna say, as the days go, I'm gonna try to keep track of it and let you know let people know what's going on, and see what we can come up with on our side of things. You know what I mean? Tap into me. You know what I mean? YouTube, The Freedom Report, TikTok, The Freedom Report, Facebook, The Freedom Report, and Cash App, The Freedom Report. Anytime. Anybody, anytime. I'm just saying, if y'all want to get through, man. Tap in, man. Keep us moving, man. Keep something going. You know what I mean? Until then, we'll holler at you.
Let's play a game of would you rather. Yeah, like would you rather. Yeah. Let's free up a day, free up a space. Let's talk about the truth the way we know it. Let's make a play. This our reality, okay? Okay. We out here with some savage beats, okay? If you want it, you can have a piece. Effort come with automatic peace. Just be careful if you slip, you know the ladder's grief, okay? Open discussion, who you loving, who you trusting? Is it lusting when you busting? Is you still crushing? Was it something, is it nothing? Did you cuddle? Did you up and grab your clutch and was befuddled? Do you still love him? Is your relationship 100, or is it 50-50? Do you be talking shit, or do you sit and listen? Are you a real friend or a transaction system? Listen, do you be copping flowers? Do you open doors? Is you looking for a real woman? Is you content with whores? Do you be on your money? Do you take care of your kids? Do you stand on your business, or do you wait on your chick? Damn.